Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. One more time, one of the biggest fixtures in the African football sphere, and there's a lot of history in this match. Let's throw back to 1980 when the Super Eagles won the AFCON. After winning the AFCON in 1980, the very first AFCON won by Nigeria, the next time the Super Eagles, or the Green Eagles then, played in a final was in 1984, hosted by Ivory Coast. We lost 3-1 in the final after Lawal scored the lone goal for us. We scored the opening goal, but we lost 3-1 in the end and lost that final. But then there's a very famous picture of a young Stephen Keshi shaking hands and exchanging pendants with former, or should I say, old-time Cameroon captain Théophile Abega. One of the most famous times we came up against Ivory Coast was the last time we won it in 2013 in the quarterfinal. We against the world, basically, the Super Eagles up against the world, written off. They said Super Eagles players don't already pack their bag before that game, but in the end, won that game and then won the tournament against Burkina Faso in 2013. Also, before winning it in 2013, we won the AFCON in 1994. And guess who we beat in the semi-final? Ivory Coast. So it looks like anytime we beat them in the competition, we go on to win it. So there's a lot of sentimental issues in this game. But then, Côte d'Ivoire has actually been a pathway for some of our football legends to go on to greater things. We need to talk about the big boss himself, Stephen Keshi, who went on to start d'Abidjan, a club in Côte d'Ivoire here, and they went on to win the league after being banned by the NFA for reporting late to camp with 5 other players. They were banned for 1 year. He moved on to start d'Abidjan, won the league in Côte d'Ivoire, and then went on to do greater things. Also maybe opened the path for a lot of players to find their way through Abidjan and Côte d'Ivoire to Belgium and being in Europe permanently. And then player number 2 is actually number 1, but he's the number 2 player on this list. He's the number 1 goal scorer for the Super Eagles, the great goals father himself, Rashidi Yekini, who went on to Africa Sports in Côte d'Ivoire, won the league in Côte d'Ivoire, scored home and away against Côte d'Ivoire as the Super Eagles qualified for USA 94. And guess who scored in the semi-finals of the 1994 AFCON, beating Côte d'Ivoire? Decisive penalty by Rashidi Yekini again. And then there was player number 3, Ben Iroha. After winning the inaugural MPFL season in 1990-1991, this guy went on to play for ASEC Mimosa. Guess who played for ASEC Mimosa again? Henry Wosu. And then Ben Iroha has only 1 goal for the Super Eagles. Guess who he scored against and in which competition? That very 1994 final versus 1994 semi-final rather versus Côte d'Ivoire. In that win, his only international goal for the Super Eagles. So there's a lot of intertwined stories. They have been a pathway for a lot of our players, making it around the world. And of course, they share history, football history, with a lot of our legends. But then, these clubs they played for, the ASEC Mimosa and then Africa Sports, they used to be very relevant. But right now, I think Africa Sports are currently in League 2 in Côte d'Ivoire. And then ASEC Mimosa, they don't get that name with them get for the CAF Champions League again. But then, they were once juggernauts. And once again, Nigeria versus Côte d'Ivoire, writing history. Which of our players were there for this team go remember this day as the day where they make or break their Super Eagles careers and their Super Eagles legacy, happening live at Stade Olympique Alassane Ouattara. Thanks for watching. Right here, another one of our videos where you're supposed to like, and all our social media links. I beg, follow us on every platform because we get content for everybody.